What is up, peeps? This is For The Win TCG, and I'd like to welcome you back to another YouTube video. And today, we're just going to play some good old VikaRay. This is my particular list. It's, to be fair, it follows the same structure as most lists that do play Vikavolt Rayquaza. But we have an Oranguru, we have Mars Shadow that's played a lot in VikaRay, except my addition is EXP Share. I don't know if anyone has actually decided to put EXP Share into a VikaRay deck. It seems like a really good card to throw into VikaRay, considering it's about having energy in play, and the fact that VikaRay does struggle to keep energy in play as the game goes out, and as your Rayquaza start getting knocked out. So, with that said, I think XP Share provides some pretty good longevity to the game where you're not able to hit your energy recyclers, because of course energy recycler is there to help out. But it's just another alternative to be able to keep your energy going. Now, I could add 2 extra energy, but I think the XP Share is more efficient than adding 2 extra energy for the sake of, sorry, still a bit ill, having energy in play. Again, no face cam. I am recording this again at night. I'm sorry. Lighting is just too bad to deal with. With that said, I will make it my next goal for my next purchase, for the sake of the channel, to actually be a webcam, so I can try and figure things out where I buy a webcam and buy some lighting equipment or something down that line to be able to manage this, or maybe I move my setup. I kind of have to figure it out first. I think lighting would be the best way to go, because in that case I could turn the light off in the room and then use my own lighting to manage that. Right, so I'm against a Malamar Necrozma deck. Yeah, obviously we know. Okay, that was a blind mistake. I was looking at my opponent's side and I was just instinctually throwing a Rayquaza down. That was very bad of me. Right, I think we're gonna go for an Ultra Ball here and get a. We could grab a Lele. That is an easier target for my opponent, but I don't think it matters. I think their base damage would be 190 if they're going for this attack. So I don't think there's any cards in their deck that hit specifically 170. Yes, it gives them another target. I'm aware of that, but at the same time, not too fussed. I think we should go for the Lily. I want to go for Fan Club, but I think the Lily's great because we've got Volkner in hand. If we find a way to get a grubbing down with this Lily, then that'd be great. We can actually go for. There we go. So there we are. That's actually really good news. I can be greedy and get another Rayquaza out, and I think I will, because I want to make sure I've got fast-paced play here. Or we could be real greedy and go for a Mars Shadow, but that seems idiotic considering we've got a guaranteed Vikavolt next turn. So, all right, let's go for another mill here. Hopefully not another Rare Candy. That's a lot of energy down already, so I need to be careful. And I think we'll leave it at that. So next time I'll go for the Volkner Rare Candy. I've been going for a skateboard, and hopefully they don't have any in-Ks, but let's be real, Malamar is quite a consistent list right now. Odds are they're going to get an in-K, so here it comes. Right, so I'm going to drop a Deoxys. I would still prefer to play Deoxys. Yeah, I know you're still hitting the one-shots in Rayquaza with Mars Shadow and Necrozma, but I don't know. I think my goal here is to get that Chimecho, because I think they're going for the Chimecho to make sure that I don't get my Vikavolt next turn. And Chimecho is a really decent card, if I'm going to be honest. But they need that Chimecho in the discard power to use that attack, and they're just not getting it in there right now. So, here we go. So they might Lily away their Chimecho and block off my ability play, which is irritating because I just can't get my Vikavolt out. Yeah, there we go. So there goes the Chimecho. So this is a really good tech. I believe the one that actually came up with it is a subscriber. You may even be watching now. ADVGYM. I believe he's the one that actually came up with this idea, and it was adapted into a list that's. I don't know if it won a regional. I'm not sure. I didn't pay too much attention. But yeah, your opponent can't play any Pokemon as abilities from their hand during the next turn. A really smart play, because there's not only can you not play things like Lele, you can't actually play Pokemons with ability at all. And we're in a very ability-heavy format because there's no reliable ability log. So, well, either way, I don't think that would have made a difference. Now, the struggle is that I can't play my Rayquazas. So, I'm kind of concerned because this Chimecho is really going to cause problems here. It's a great shout. Oh god, the internet's going. That's great. That is absolutely great. I mean, things were about to go south for us very quickly. If it doesn't work out, then we'll just go for... Yeah, that is a shame, because I would have liked to actually tried playing through that. It would have been a nice challenge for the Vikavolt, VikaRay deck, considering that I myself haven't come up against the Chimecho play whilst playing Rayquaza Vikavolt yet. I'd love to try Chimecho out in a Malamar deck. I haven't got any Marshadows yet. I'm talking about trading one with Ty maybe, but I'd like to get some Marshadows. If I don't manage to trade one with Ty, I might buy some codes for some of the promo ones. Because I'd love to try Malamar with Marshadow. Marshadow is quite an interesting card, and I've always been fond of it. Ty's loved it, but he just unfortunately can't find a way to get it going on its own. But I think it works really well in Malamar lists, considering that it can one-shot Zoroarks. It deals with the Zoroark matchup. It's a pretty nifty attacker overall. Although 150 HP always scares me. It really scares me, because it's just... very fragile. Right, so let's drop the Oranguru, and I think the play here is to go for the Grubbin, or go for the Lele and get 2 Grubbin. I think that's the better one. So we're up against another Malamar list, so I don't think there's much going to be different here, but hopefully they don't get the Chimecho out, because we saw what Chimecho can do to our list with setting up, which has caused so many problems. Right. So that's the Acrobike play. Considering they've thrown a Lily, I assume they're going for a different turn 1 supporter. So it's Malamar Ultra Necrozma. And it's the one that plays this. Okay. Now my other list of VikaRay plays a Devoured Field. This one doesn't. But I played Devoured Field in my other list to deal with Shrine. But I thought I wanted to try a different way of playing the deck. So we can't really counter Stadium. So they're going to have a field day with that Stadium in play. Right, so they've got an Inkade down, which is pretty good for them. Okay, got to think. I think I need to get an Energy away and a Rare Candy, because the EXP share is still quite valuable, and I don't want that to go to waste. Now, we could go for a Lily. I think the Lily might be better, because we need a Rayquaza out. Otherwise, what's the point in actually... We'll go for the Lily, because look, I know it's a risky play and we could completely screw ourselves over here, but what is the point in... I'll attach the XP share here just for the sake of extra cards. Yeah, what's the point in having a Grubbin out in play if you don't have a Rayquaza ready to go? So that's actually really good. I'm going to get rid of a Rare Candy Vikavolt and go for a Rayquaza. Yes, it's greedy, a very greedy play, because I've dropped 2 Rare Candies now, I think. Very greedy play here, but I want to get some energy into play whilst I'm here. And we actually have a... Oh, do I have an energy in the discard pile? I did, so that's fine. I would rather get the lightning, because I'm going to attach the grass here. Right, yeah, we have a Lele next turn for a Guzma, which is pretty cool. And we should be able to Oranguru even with our top deck. So we have things ready to go, which is really good. I'm really glad I got that Lily, because if I got the Fan Club, I may have not been in as much as good a position as I am now. So kind of happy I made that play. Right, so they have a Unit Energy, which is a bit weird. Maybe they are playing... But why Unit Metal? Maybe they're playing Kartana GX in this list. Trying to think of what Metal Pokemon could really utilize Malamar. Unless this is some weird list. Unit Energy is a bit of a weird one. With that said, it seems like just a basic Malamar deck. Malamar Ultra Necrozma list. So I'd be confused. We can get the Guzma, and I don't think we're knocking out this, unfortunately. We need... What is it? 6 energy in play? That's 180. 6 energy in a choice band? Am I thinking correctly here, or am I just thinking wrong? No, yeah, I need 6 energy in a choice band to actually do anything. So, like, it's a bit pointless. Okay, so we're going to go for the Guzma play. Well, wait, let's instruct first, because even if we Guzma for Lele for a Guzma, it's going to be the same amount of cards in our hand anyway. So let's see what Oranguru gives us. We may even hit the Guzma. That might change things a bit. No, it doesn't. We're going to go for the Guzma. We're actually going to throw energy onto our Vikavolt, I think, so we can stream attackers a little bit better, considering we don't have a Rayquaza in play. And that's what I did want another Rayquaza in play. So let's get rid of the Malamars, because they're the real problem. And of course, we still have that EXP share sitting on our Tapu Lele, so that could come into play a little bit. The reason why I'm comfortable putting on the Lele is because if energy stack up on Lele, it does good damage itself anyway. So it can come in if it does build up on energy. So with that said, this seems pretty dope. Now you're probably saying, why not play Wishful Baton? I like Wishful Baton. Wishful Baton is pretty decent. However, sometimes you just need that choice band. You know, I'd rather have an EXP share sitting on a Pokemon that could utilize it better, like Vikavolt, because Vikavolt discards energy in its attacks. So if there's any point where you need, if there's any Pokemon you need a lot of energy on, it would be a Vikavolt. Now, of course, you could say, well, Wishful Baton would do the same thing, but I just like the consistency of EXP share. As soon as you got it sitting on your bench, it just as you're putting your Pokemon up, it just absorbs or just takes the energy. And if you put the XP share on a Pokemon that is reliable and needs energy, like a Vikavolt or a Tapu Lele, it just seems to be a lot more in your control rather than having a Wishful Baton on your active and then having to decide at that point who you want the energy to go on. I think it's like I think it's an option of like, okay, you can have one or the other. But Wishful Baton you're gonna have to put on your active, and sometimes I want the choice band. I only play the one choice band. Because a lot of times, when Vikavolt gets going, it gets going. You don't really need the choice band. But there are times when you will, and that's where I think putting one in there is fine. And you may even say, hey, one is way too little, but we play Volkner and stuff, so there are ways of obtaining that in a much better way. So this is kind of sad. I think we're just getting knocked out here, which is irritating at the least, because they just needed an attachment and a Malamar play. So that's very frustrating. And I think we're going to have to go and just take out the other Malamar with Vikavolt, which is super sketchy. But we just have to. Like, that's the only way we're going to shut down this deck, is just to go for these greedy knockout plays on the Malamar. Even if we're going to right now discard 3 energy. It's quite painful discarding 3 energy. But we need these Malamars gone. Otherwise, we're in trouble. So, let's get them out of here. So, this deck is now going to slow down, considering the Malamars are gone. We got a Mysterious Treasure, which is great. We can go for some another Rayquaza. I only played 3 Rayquaza. I would prefer to play 4, but I'm quite stingy. I want all 3 Rainbow. I want all 4 of them to be Rainbow Rare, because I packed a Rainbow Rare Rayquaza, and I'm like, I kind of don't want to be inconsistent and play different artworks in a deck. It does get me grinding a little bit. I've done it loads of times before, but this time I was like, Rayquaza Vikavolt is one of my favorite decks right now, and I'm in love with the deck, and I want to bling it out a little bit. So I had to trade my way to 2 more Rainbow Rare Rayquazas, just because I was that stingy. So maybe I'll save up and grab another one with the packs that I get through tournaments and stuff, or through just purchasing packs in real life. I might save them rather than open. Okay, so they're going for another Inkay. Of course, you'd want to. 1 Malamar in play can make a big difference compared to 0, as you can see from Ultra Necrozma. I would like to take out Ultra Necrozma, but I just don't think it's happening anytime soon. This is the problem with Vikavolt Rayquaza, is as soon as stuff gets knocked out and your energy starts to deplete, it gets a bit problematic. And that's again why I wanted XP share, because if you have them in play, it kind of nullifies that effect a little bit. Right, we're going to drop off a Lily. I don't want a Lily this turn because I'll only be getting 3. But I do want to... so you have to be... Okay. I have to bench to Rayquaza. I kind of have to mill because I want to get energy in play. I'm scared of milling away at energy recycle. No, we milled more energy. God, that's scary. Right. So now it's time for a Cynthia. Energy recycle? No, that is super sketchy. Super sketchy. The fact that we can bring some more energy into play still is wild. My concern now is this Vikavolt getting knocked out, and that's quite probable. They just need to retreat the Oricorio, which isn't a problem. And they need 2 Malamars. So there's the 2 Malamars. So they've got the 180. Now they can Guzma, which would be just devastating. That would kill me if they Guzma this thing up. But the smart play would be to take out the Vikavolt. That would be the smart play. Although the greedy play is the Rayquaza, the Vikavolt is the one you want gone. So let's see. Do they have an energy or a Guzma? They have a Guzma. God, that's frustrating. This deck is just drawing flames right now. It's insane. It's insane. It's on fire. I have no idea what to best option here. I genuinely don't. I think I'm just going to go in with a Ranguru for like 90 damage. I'm going to go for Choice Band as well, because why not? Oh, this is painful. We're actually going to Volkner and get an Energy Recycler. I'm sorry. We have 0 energy in deck, so we won't even be able to attack with it this turn. Right, here comes the alternative attackers. I'm considering teching in a Pokemon that can attack alternatively here. Like a Zekrom. You know, I made a video with Vikavolt Zekrom, and that deck alone is pretty interesting, but maybe I could tech a Zekrom in here as a non-EX attacker that can, non-EX GX attacker, sorry, that can do some good damage if Rayquaza goes down. Now I know the list Andrew Mahone plays has Shining. I was about to call it Shining Lugia, but I don't have any of those. Although Shining Lugia is a fantastic example of a Pokemon you should tech in this deck. It's just I don't have it, and it's very, very hard to get. So quite unfortunate. Right, so here goes down the Oranguru. I do think this is game. I'm afraid it's quite sad. They just even though we started taking out the Malamars, they just kept going. Goes to show like Malamar's in a really good spot right now, as one of, if not the best as well, deck in the format. I think Malamar does take the top spot just above VikaRay, considering it's just more consistent overall. Maybe in the next video we'll go for a Malamar list of our own. You never know. Right, so unfortunately we did lose there. Is there anything wrong with my list? Is there anything you would have done differently? Do you have your own list? If you do, let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know. Other than that, of course, do leave a like if you did enjoy it. Share it with your friends if you think that they would enjoy it themselves. Of course, do subscribe for more content. Other than that, I will leave you to it. Take care and peace.